What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another BFR today on the channel. This one was supposed to go up yesterday. I uploaded it last night, actually. This is right after I attended the gym last night. So, this video should be going up tomorrow morning. I just couldn't find it in me. I was exhausted. I had a 5 in the morning shift at work, so it's been about a 25, no, not 25. There's not 25 hours in a day. It's been about a 20-hour day. But, anyway, Game 30 versus the Vancouver Canucks was played at 2 o'clock on December 17th. Before the game, it was revealed why Korchinski had been out of the lineup. His father had passed away, and the entire team tended the funeral. Very unfortunate. Korchinski's the same age as me. I can't even imagine what it's like to lose what it would be like to lose my father right now. So my deepest condolences to his friends, family, teammates. It's horrible, just horrible. At least he got to see him play in the NHL before he moved on. In terms of the game, the Hawks end up losing 4-3 in a game they kind of dominated, to be fair. They go to 9-20-1. Shots are 28-26 Chicago. Hits were 10-10. Faceoffs 26-21 Vancouver. Power play, Chicago goes 2 for 4 on Vancouver's atrocious penalty kill, and Vancouver goes 1 for 4. Kaiser was in and Vlasic is out, as Vlasic is now injured. So the defense gets even more injured, and then, of course, there was some stuff that happened in the game that's like, oh boy, if another one goes out. Hawks pressure early in the first. Juleson takes a puck to the face. Vancouver, not much to start. 12:35, Vancouver penalty to Cole for interference, which would be killed. Big hits on both sides early on. And then 10:01, Chicago redirect goal. Nick Foligno with his 5th of the season from Joey Anderson to make it 1-0. Johnson and Radish are then denied. Bedard is just ripping pucks. Garland hits the post. 7:22, Chicago penalty to Kurashev for cross-checking, which would be killed. 3:49, Chicago penalty to Radish for high sticking. That one is killed as well. But then at 2:40, so it's a Chicago penalty to Crevier for slashing. So it's 5-on-3 for 57 seconds. They kill off the 5-on-3, so it's 5-on-4. But on the power play at 1:45, it's a one-timer power play goal from Elias Pettersson with his 12th of the season from Miller and Hronek to make it 1-1. Murphy was hurt. He went to the locker room on a block. He would return later in the game. It was getting very scrummy near the end of the first, and then at 1:06, it's a Vancouver penalty to Joshua for roughing because of one of those scrums, and the power play was humming. The power play looked really good on the ice. Vancouver's known for not having a great penalty kill, so it's good that the Hawks are able to take advantage of it. The Hawks started with 54 seconds of power play time. 19:25, then on the power play. It's another goal from Nick Foligno with his 6th of the season from Bedard and Kurashev. So Bedard on the board, Kurashev on the board, that first line. Of course, Reichel does not get a point. That makes it 2-1. There was talk of offsides on the goal. It would not end up being called or challenged or anything like that. But 16:56, Vancouver responds with a deflection goal from Dakota Joshua with his 7th of the season from Garland and Bluger to make it 2-2. And then 41 seconds later, it's a Vancouver goal from Brock Besser with his 23rd of the season, tying for the league lead from Miller and Myers to make it 3-2. Kaiser was hurt on a block. He continued to play. Garland hits the post. Again, 12:24, Chicago penalty to Kurashev for holding, which would be killed. Stuff-ins were denied, but then at 4:19, it's a Vancouver deflection goal from Ilya Mikheyev with his 10th of the season from Myers and Pius Suter, the former Blackhawk, to make it 4-2. 18:48 in the third period, Vancouver penalty to Miller for hooking, which would be killed. 14:39, Vancouver and Chicago penalties to Zadorov, the former Blackhawk, and Reese Johnson. Pretty sure they were teammates that one season, possibly for a few games. They'd both get 5 for fighting, but Zadorov gets the extra, which would be served by Garland for the instigator, and then he gets a 10-minute misconduct for instigating. I'm not sure why that exists, because I don't think it was fair to Zadorov to get those penalties. If you instigate the fight, like, it was after 2 big hits. One, Zadorov laid a big hit on, I forgot who it was, and then Reese Johnson laid a big hit on, I think it was Pettersson. If that happens and 2 guys just want to go, I don't think that should be a penalty. If there's one case where one guy just attacks the other dude, yeah, that's a penalty. But in this case, I don't think that should be a penalty. 13:16 on that power play, though. Chicago gets a power play goal from Cole Gutman with his 2nd of the season from Bedard and Kurashev to make it 4-3, and he just sniped it. And late in the game, Hawks were pressuring. Demko was standing on his head. Mrazek then had a save of the year candidate on Höglander with his stick. He went back with the like Leonard did a couple years ago and just pop it right out of the net as he was out of position. Very impressive save. Hoaglander was very frustrated. He smashed his stick when he went back to the bench. Hawks pulled the goalie with 1:15 to go. They time out with 53.7. But Dardis trips late and there's no call, and that sent the fans into an outrage. But that ends the game as the Hawks lose their 30th game of the season, 4-3 to Vancouver. Which they played a pretty good game too, and they still just could not get it going. Right now, Celebrinni odds are looking pretty good right now. I personally feel we shouldn't take a center. Maybe I'll do a video over breakout on who I think the Hawks should need and what they should probably go for in the draft. But that's going to conclude today's video. I'm going to upload this tomorrow, and I want to thank you guys so much for watching, and I shall see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.